Hello, everybody. Welcome to our 6th week of the summer. Welcome back to the McKinley Amphitheater. Today we have Chloe, Marielle, Nicholas, and Genevieve here to help announcing. One thing I wanted to share with everyone is we're really excited to have back the Knights, who have been artists in residence at USAN for 3 summers. And I just want to remind you, today's performance is the kind of performance where you clap at the end of each song. If they ask you questions, you can answer, but this is the kind of performance that we watch, and then at the end of each song, you can clap. So Chloe's going to share some reminders.
Please don't go on your phones anytime. Please don't eat or drink in the amphitheater. Also, brush your hair before you come to the festival.
The Knights are a collective of adventurous musicians dedicated of transforming music experiences and eliminating barriers between audience and music.
The orchestra has toured and recorded with renowned soloists including Yo-Yo Ma, Dawn Upshaw, Bella Fleck, and Gil Shaham, and has appeared across the world's most prestigious stages, including those at Carnegie Hall, Tanglewood, Ravinia, the Kennedy Center, the Vienna Musikverein, and the McKinley Amphitheater.
Please welcome to the stage the Knights.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hey, everybody. My name is David, and we are the Knights. I heard. Oh, thank you. You can clap. It's fine. I heard that you may have met some colleagues of ours who perhaps play strings. Is that correct? That's right. Okay, well, some of you do. Well, we are the brass section, and we sit maybe towards the back if you've seen the whole orchestra play. So we're not as visible, but we make more noise. So you can tell. I heard that you guys have been recently talking about harmony. Is that correct? So harmony is a great way for musicians to express feelings. You could feel happy, you could feel sad, you could feel excited, you could feel shy. And we want to just demonstrate how these things can sort of like happen in music. Even just saying the word harmony outside of music gives us, we talk about a harmonious world, like a peaceful world. And we're going to demonstrate how just a slight change of note can even just change like the feeling in a chord. An chord is a group of notes. So just one second. So what you probably notice is every time one of us did just like a simple change of note, it really changed the quality of what you might be feeling. Maybe when we played the first chord, which was the major chord, we'll play that again. There's a little bit more balance, right? We feel at ease. But maybe if we play a diminished chord, there's a little bit more tension there, yeah? Okay, now we're gonna do a little bit of an experiment, and it's gonna be a surprise to us on stage and to you, where we're actually just gonna pick notes at random. And then I wanna see what you think with each of the chords that we play, okay? I'm gonna speak without the microphone for a second. How'd that make you feel? Okay. Hey, how about this? Can you clap basically as excited as this makes you? So louder if you're more excited about a chord, and stay quiet if you're not. Okay, let's play this one song. Last one. Okay, so that was fun for us too, because we had no idea what sounds we were going to make. But I kind of liked what we did. And we can make an entire piece of music just doing that. But what we have coming up next is a little bit more organized, and we're going to talk about that later. So here we have our next piece, and it's a little bit more beautiful. I want you, now that we're talking about harmony, I want you to pay attention to how you feel with each passing harmony that you hear. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My name's Nate. I'm the trombone player. How many of you have ever seen a trombone before? How many of you have ever played a trombone before? I see a few hands out there. Great. Trombone is a often silly instrument. It can make really fun sounds. It can make really beautiful sounds. Who thinks about the teacher in Charlie Brown when they see a trombone? And who thinks about the circus when they see a trombone? The big gliss. Trombone is a very loud, very big, very fun instrument, which is what I first loved about it when I started off. I loved that it was about as tall as I was when I started. But trombone can also make really beautiful sounds. So I'm going to play something written by Mozart, which outlines a B-flat major chord, which is part of harmony. If you put B-flat, D, and F together, you get a major triad, and this melody is like this. Very beautiful. And it's a B-flat major chord. Thank you very much. Please hold your applause. Another very different way to use harmony is to put chords together one after another. So you can put a B-flat chord followed by an E-flat chord, back to a B-flat chord, and an F chord. And if you put those three chords together in a certain order, you get something called the blues. And a really good way to start the blues is with the B-flat major triad. So I'm going to improvise over those three chords in a certain order, and it's going to sound something like this. That was some excellent clapping. Very, very, very cool. So that's harmony when you put together just three chords and make your own story over some chords. It's very fun. I suggest you try it at your earliest convenience. I'm going to pass this over to Jonathan, our trumpet player.
Yeah, trumpet. Just to introduce us, as we said, we're part of the Knights Orchestra, but we also do some other stuff, performing around the country and in New York City. So Nate on trombone, he just finished in a Broadway musical called New York, New York. So they actually just finished yesterday. I was playing in Sweeney Todd all week. I often play with the ballet orchestra at Lincoln Center. David plays all over the place, but we often have played together at the Met Opera Orchestra, as well as other performances. So the three of us, and as brass players, play all different kinds of styles. You just heard jazz. What we've been doing here is earlier music, like from the 15s and 1600s, but we also accompany dance groups, opera groups, theater groups. We sort of do everything. And the beauty of the arts is that it's a communicator, right? Whether you're here at this camp to paint, to sculpt, to do theater, to do dance, to do music, what we're really trying to do is communicate something to our audience, right? And when we're talking about harmony, that's one way that we can communicate. If you're a painter, you have a palette of colors, right? And the way you put those colors together will change the affect or the emotion, the feeling of that painting, right? And all of us, whether it's dance, theater, music, we have these different options, right? And as we put these options together, it changes the way people perceive our art. So that's a beautiful thing about harmony. As a composer, can think, what am I trying to express? What do I want to communicate through this piece of music? Maybe we just came out of COVID, right? It was a scary time, it was a dark time, it was an isolated time, so maybe the music that they put together has that kind of affect, right? And so they're gonna pick harmonies that communicate that, those feelings that we might have felt. Or maybe they're trying to communicate something much more joyous, right? And so they have options with what kind of harmonies they choose. There's other ways of communicating too. Harmony is just one of them, but that's what we're focusing on today. So we're gonna play two pieces now. One of them is much slower, the other one's more fast. And you're gonna hear these differences in emotion, in affect, in style. And just listen to the difference of these things and how harmony impacts that.
That was beautiful, yeah? I just wanted to quickly introduce my horn because I'm a big fan of it. Does everybody know what this is? That's right, it's a French horn. And it's very lovely. We have one short piece for you after this, but I just wanted to send a hearty thanks from the Knights again and say, go Team Brass. And here's one quick more harmonious melody for you. Hold, please. Going forward.